It was a quiet autumn evening in October 2023, in a small suburban town in rural Pennsylvania. The kind of place where everyone knows everyone, and the biggest excitement is the high school football game on Friday nights. The house sat on the edge of an old wooded area, a two-story Victorian built in the late 1800s, with creaking floors and drafty windows that the owners, Mark and Emily Harper, had been renovating slowly over the past 5 years. Mark was a 42-year-old software engineer who worked remotely, and Emily, 38, was a nurse at the local hospital. They had 2 kids, 12-year-old Jake and 9-year-old Lily. The family had moved into the house because it was a steal, a foreclosure with a dark history that the realtor had glossed over. Back in 1927, the original owner, a reclusive widower named Elias Thorne, had vanished one night, leaving behind rumors of madness and something far worse. Locals whispered that Thorne had dabbled in the occult after his wife's death, trying to bring her back. No body was ever found, and the house had sat empty for long stretches, changing hands multiple times with owners reporting strange noises, cold spots, and fleeting shadows. The Harpers weren't superstitious. They laughed off the stories as small-town folklore. But to ease their minds, and because Emily worked night shifts, they installed a full security system, ring cameras at the doors, arlo cams in the hallways, and Nest cams in the living room and kids' bedrooms. Motion-activated night vision, cloud storage, the works. Peace of mind, Mark had said when he set it up. Everything was normal until that night. Emily was at the hospital, pulling a double shift. Mark had put the kids to bed early and was downstairs in his home office, catching up on work. Around 2:17 a.m., his phone buzzed with a notification. Motion detected. Upstairs hallway camera. He opened the app, expecting to see Jake sneaking to the bathroom or Lily getting water. Instead, the live feed showed the empty hallway on the second floor, dimly lit by the infrared night vision, everything in shades of green and black. Nothing moved. Mark zoomed in, shrugged, and went back to his code. Then another alert. Motion detected. Master bedroom camera. He switched feeds. Their bedroom was empty, bed neatly made since Emily was gone. But in the corner, near the antique dresser they'd bought at an estate sale, something flickered. A shadow? Dust? Mark turned up the volume. No sound. He texted Emily. "Kids okay?" "Getting weird motion alerts," she replied. "They're fine, probably the cat from next door or wind. Check the footage later." But Mark couldn't shake it. He pulled up the recorded clips from the past hour. That's when he saw it for the first time. At 1:58 a.m., the upstairs hallway cam captured a faint orb-like light drifting from the attic door, which was always locked, down the hall toward the kids' rooms. It wasn't a bug, too slow, too deliberate. It paused outside Lily's door, hovered, then vanished. Mark's heart raced. He fast-forwarded. At 2:05 a.m., in Jake's room, the boy was asleep, but his closet door slowly creaked open. No wind, no draft. Inside the closet, the camera caught a glimpse of something. A tall, thin silhouette, like a man in old-fashioned clothes, standing motionless. The figure's head tilted, as if looking at Jake. Then it stepped back, and the door closed on its own. Mark bolted upstairs, phone in hand, flashlight on. The kids were sleeping soundly. Closet empty. Attic door still locked. He went back down, shaking. Glitch, he told himself. Or reflections. But the footage kept coming. Over the next weeks, the cameras recorded more. Whispers picked up on audio, faint, indistinguishable, like an old man muttering. Footsteps in the attic when no one was up there. Doors opening and closing. Cold spots that made the motion sensors trigger falsely. One night, Emily came home early and reviewed the footage with Mark. They saw a full-bodied apparition in the living room, a translucent woman in a long dress, standing by the fireplace, staring directly at the camera. Her face was pale, eyes hollow. She reached out, as if trying to touch the lens, then faded away. The Harpers called it, the widow, assuming it was Thorne's wife, trapped in the house. Things escalated. The kids started complaining of nightmares. Lily said a tall man stood by her bed. Jake woke up with scratches on his arms, 3 parallel lines like claws. Mark uploaded some clips anonymously to Reddit and YouTube, seeking explanations. The videos went viral. Real ghost caught on home security camera? Millions of views. Paranormal investigators flooded their inbox. Some said it was dust and insects reflecting IR light. Others pointed to compression artifacts or lens flares. But the full-body figures? The doors moving with no one there? Harder to explain. A team from a popular paranormal show came out. They set up their own cams alongside the Harpers. That night, something impossible happened. At 3:33 a.m., the infamous Devil's Hour. Every camera in the house glitched simultaneously. Static, then black. When it cleared, all feeds showed the same thing, the tall silhouette of Elias Thorne standing in the center of the living room. He wasn't translucent. He looked solid, dressed in 1920s attire, face gaunt and eyes black as voids. He raised a hand, pointed directly at the main camera, and mouthed words no one could hear. Then, the impossible part, Thorne walked straight through the wall, the one leading to the basement. But the basement camera picked him up instantly, as if he'd teleported. He descended the stairs slowly, turned to the lens, and smiled. A cold, knowing smile. The investigators freaked out. One ran outside screaming. The footage was crystal clear, no glitches, no artifacts. Experts analyzed it, no editing, no CGI. Timestamps synced across all devices. The family moved out the next day. They left everything behind, including the security system. The house went back on the market, but no one bought it. Months later, the new owners, a young couple unaware of the history, installed their own cameras. And it started again. The footage leaked online. The security camera that recorded something impossible. Viral sensation. Debunkers claimed deepfakes, but the raw files were verified by tech experts. To this day, the house stands empty. Locals drive by at night, hoping to catch a glimpse. Some say if you park outside and watch closely, your phone will get a notification. Motion detected. And when you check, there's Thorne staring back. Waiting. Mark and Emily Harper had always dreamed of owning a historic home. When they found the Thorne house listed for under market value in Gettysburg-adjacent countryside, close enough to history for charm, far enough for peace, it seemed perfect. The realtor mentioned some old stories, but nothing serious. They moved in during spring. The house was beautiful, wraparound porch, stained glass windows, original hardwood floors. But there were oddities. The attic had a locked room they couldn't open, key missing. The basement had strange symbols carved into the beams, faded with age. First night, Emily heard whispering from the vents. "Just the wind," Mark said. They installed the cameras after a break-in scare in the neighborhood. The orbs started small. Dust, bugs, common in old houses. But then the shadows. One clip showed a child's handprint appearing on Lily's window from the inside, but she was asleep. Jake's toys moved on camera while he was at school. Emily began researching the history. Elias Thorne, 1890 to 1927, presumed. Wife died in childbirth, 1918. Thorne became hermit, seen talking to empty rooms. Neighbors heard chanting. He disappeared during a storm. Police found occult books, a makeshift altar in the attic. The woman in the dress. She appeared more frequently. Always sad, always reaching. Emily felt watched during night shifts at home. One night, the camera in their bedroom captured the bed depressing as if someone sat down next to Mark while he slept. He woke up gasping, feeling pressure on his chest. Classic sleep paralysis? Or something more? Lily drew pictures of a sad lady and a tall man. Jake stopped sleeping. Scratches appeared. Doctors said self-inflicted. But the cameras showed no. One night, Lily's cam, the covers pulled off her slowly. She screamed in her sleep. Mark posted clips. Comments exploded. Fake. Real. Like Elisa Lam but worse. Paranormal Caught on Camera featured it. Investigators came. The team, EMF meters spiking, EVPs sing. Return her. Then 3:33 a.m. Thorne appears. Walks through wall. Smiles. The lead investigator quit the field after. The Harpers fled to a hotel, then an apartment in Philadelphia. The house? Still there. New cameras by urban explorers capture glimpses. Some say Thorne isn't haunting the house. He's guarding something in the locked attic room. Something impossible. Something waiting to be released.